Manchester United should try to forget that their Anfield aberration happened, but they must make sure that it never happens again. Erik ten Hag will be eager for his side to learn the painful lessons from their thrashing at the weekend, though he will be cautious not to make any rash decisions on the back of such an embarrassment. There has been plenty of call for change in the wake of the humiliating defeat, with a lot of it directed at Bruno Fernandes after his horrendous individual display. Fernandes was by no means the only United player to perform poorly on the day, but he is the one held accountable, given that he wore the armband and was supposed to set the standards. The singling out of him is also in part due to the fact that there are few other scapegoats to pick. Ten Hag has a lot of credit in the bank and is well liked by fans, while Lisandro Martinez and Casemiro, two of the worst players on the day, were spared harsh criticism because they are new to the club and have been instrumental in so many positives this season. Fernandes often crosses the line with his moaning, but it is this anger and feeling of injustice that helps to fuel him and push him to his peak, with the 28-year-old often at his best when he has the bit between his teeth. It went too far with his performance at Anfield, though it was not a complaint fired at him in wins over Manchester City or Barcelona, when he played out of position and helped his side secure huge wins. An accusation that Fernandes is too hot-headed for the captaincy is also absurd, given that the fiery Roy Keane is still regarded as the epitome of everything you want in a captain. The fact is, Fernandes has been one of United's most consistent performers all season. He has played the most minutes out of everyone, and since he took over the armband, his side has been much better for it. It would be extremely harsh to strip him of the captaincy after one defeat, no matter how seismic it was, though it is certainly a debate worth having. What is central to any discussion is what you actually want from your captain in the first place. They must be a born leader, set an example with their performances on the pitch, be available for most matches, be a respected voice in the dressing room, and care deeply about the club. Fernandes checks all of those boxes, though he is not the only one. The other leading candidate to captain the club would be Casemiro. He has been the most influential signing since the Portuguese midfielder himself and has helped raise the standards to a whole new level this season. He not only leads by example on the pitch, but he so often does so in the big games as well, with the Liverpool defeat just about the only big match he hasn't stood out in this season. The only question mark against him is whether he has been at the club long enough to warrant the armband, something that certainly worked against Harry Maguire when he joined, but there is a much more compelling argument for a serial winner to be given it instead. It would appear that Raphael Varane and David De Gea are the other two standout candidates for the role, though there are more obvious concerns with them. Varane is a world-class defender, but is perhaps not reliable enough given his reoccurring injury worries, while Fernandes and Casemiro have both been near ever-present this season. He ranks 11th in the most minutes played by United players this campaign, putting him below Tyrell Malacia and Antony, both of whom have been regularly in and out of the team. De Gea is not the most vocal leader either, and giving him the armband would be somewhat of a strange decision, given that there are genuine doubts over his long-term suitability in goal. The Spaniard has reminded fans of his world-class shot-stopping ability throughout this season, though there remain the same concerns over his suitability for the type of player Ten Hag wants. so he is not necessarily a long-term candidate for the role. It means that there might only be two compelling candidates for the armband, and there are clear arguments for and against either of them. What is clear is that Ten Hag won't rush any decision he makes, and by the end of the season he should have a much clearer idea about who his next captain should be. United need a new captain. They have two to choose from.